Hello and welcome to my little corner on the interwebs. If you're new here, my name is Kathleen and I'm autistic with a heavy dash of ADHD. I make videos about autism and neurodiversity, so if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to click the subscribe button below. And for all of my friends who have already clicked it, I want to say thank you. I'm so grateful to have you here as a part of my pack. This week, I hit 1,000 subscribers and my mind is completely blown knowing that 1,000 of you find value in what I have to say and want to stick around to hear more. In this week's video, I thought that it would be fun to react to a few of my favorite autism memes. If any of you have watched my first video on this channel, I talked about how part of the way that I discovered that I was on the spectrum was through aspiememes on Reddit. And so this week, I want to bring it full circle and revisit a few of my favorite memes. I am going to be numbering each meme, and so I thought it would be fun if you relate to any of them to drop down into the comments. You can just leave the number of the meme that you relate to, or you can expand and tell me a little bit more. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of feel like the main character from Big, where I'm a kid trapped in a grown-up body playing house. So this first meme was very fitting. This fun little fish says, studies show that teenagers today, ... Oh, he said teenagers, I should listen. Actually, I'm 35. I'm not 35, I'm 32. But I thought that this meme was hilarious. I laughed so hard when I saw it because yeah, I just feel like I am a kid trapped in a grown-up body. All I want to do is belt out Disney songs, play, and make up weird dances. In this next meme, it has to do a little bit with executive functioning, and I definitely see myself in it. The main guy says, "Do you have an idea for your project yet?" The little one responds, "No, I'm waiting for inspiration." He expands and says, "You can't turn on creativity like a faucet. You have to be in the right mood." The other guy says, "What is the right mood?" And the little guy responds with, "Last minute panic." And I don't know about you guys, but whew, I make my best work when I'm 12 hours before a due date. Panicked, stressed, anxiety-ridden. It's definitely not a fun or healthy place for me to be, but my best work has come in those moments. The next meme that I chose, I was just dying on the inside when I saw it. It hits both on masking and sensory issues, and it is this shoe where it says, "How I look on the outside," and down below, a crunched up sock inside of the shoe and saying how I feel on the inside. And I can relate so much to this. One, thinking of a crumpled up sock in my shoe makes me cringe. That sounds unbearable. But then on top of it, the deeper message of it is masking. I can look calm, cool, and collected on the outside, but on the inside, I'm literally just a bunched up sock in a shoe. So this next meme has to do with something called synesthesia, which is essentially something that a lot of autistic people experience that can be things like numbers having colors correlating with them, or pictures having sounds. And I definitely experience synesthesia, especially when I'm looking at this picture. So it's titled, the teacher saying, "You can't hear pictures." And then me, drop down with the picture below. Y'all already know. Let me know if you can hear it. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. Anybody else? No? I definitely can hear this picture. Whew, this next one really cuts deep. So as you can see, there's a picture of Mona Lisa, and then next to it, you can see a person trying to draw that picture. And the Mona Lisa picture says, "A profound thought that by sharing, I might be understood and feel less alone." And then the really poorly drawn version says, "Whatever the fuck just came out of my mouth." The thoughts inside of my head are so clear and articulate, and then the minute that I open my mouth to try to express those thoughts, it comes out like, whoa. It just doesn't come out the same way as it is in my head, and it's incredibly frustrating. This next one I feel like a lot of people can relate to. So it is an alien ironing her human meat suit, and it's titled, "Me Getting Ready to Act Normal at Work." And this is something I walk out of the house and I feel like there's just a light switch that turns on with my mask. It's really unfortunate. I'm trying to work on it, but at this point it's super automatic. I slip into my human meat suit and pretend to be neurotypical, and a lot of people buy it. But on the inside, I know that I'm an alien. Wearing this mask is definitely exhausting, but I laughed pretty hard when I saw this meme because it just says so many things with very few words. I chose this next meme for a couple of reasons. One, I really relate to it, and then two, I just love the artwork. I think that the illustration is really beautiful. So as you can see, it's an alien or some creature in space driving around in her space mobile, and it says, "When my brain goes on a little adventure instead of attending the conversation that I'm having." And holy moly, that is me. Every single conversation that I have, for the most part, I drift away. And at this point, I've gotten a little bit more comfortable when I realize that I am no longer here, bringing it back in and asking the person to say what they said and just admit that I had zoned out. But there's definitely times and people that I don't feel comfortable doing that or saying that, where I just end up having to like laugh and nod my head and act like I know what they said when I really had no idea what they said. In so many conversations, I feel like my body is physically here, but my mind has left the building. This next meme is a really good spin-off from the last one because it definitely has to do with a cluttered mind. So the first guy says, "Hi, my name is Jason." The next guy says, "Ah, nice to meet you, Jason." Plucks the name down, squeezes it into his brain that is filled with so many things, primarily bird facts. And then he says, "Say, Jarvis, did you know that cardinals like to cover themselves in ants?" And I lost it when I saw this because holding on to names for me is such a challenge. My special interests are not in birds, but my brain is definitely filled with special interests that cloud out a lot of other things that I should probably know, including people's names. If I'm not 100% confident about your name, I will just say, "Hey lady," or not say anything at all. As embarrassing as it is for me to admit this, and if the people that I'm about to mention happen to watch this, please don't kill me. But my dad's wife and my little brother's girlfriend both have very similar names. It's Christine and Christina. And for the life of me, I just can't get it right. And so I've just stopped trying at this point because I have accidentally mixed it up and it was very uncomfortable for me. So I just don't mention them by name anymore. Love them to pieces. It has nothing to do with how much I appreciate them. It's more out of fear of potentially getting it wrong. I see myself in this next meme and I am not happy about it. So you have a picture of a brain saying, "Hey, are you asleep?" And the person sleeping says, "Yes, I am. Now shut up." And the brain says, "Remember that time when someone told you not to think about that problem? Let's think about it right now." I'm not quite sure if this is an ADHD thing or if this is an autism thing, but I know that I experience it. I will be exhausted the entire day, and then the moment that I lay down, my brain clicks on and it goes wherever it wants. Sometimes it can be fun and I get inspiration during these times, but more often than not, it is not enjoyable. It causes me anxiety and I am stressed out about not getting enough sleep, and then it bleeds into the next day. I'm trying to set myself up better and create better sleep habits, but this is definitely something that I have not been able to get a good hold on. We're almost done. This is the second to last meme and I died when I saw this. As you can see, it is a man with a bird flying in his face. I'm pretty sure that this might be the main character from Atypical. Let me know down below if you think it is. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that it is. And it says, "When someone calls instead of messaging," and that is exactly what it feels like. It feels like a bird flying in front of my face when I get an unexpected phone call. So the last meme I chose for a couple of reasons. One, I am a huge fan of The Office. I am partial to the American version. I've seen the UK version. Don't come for me. I know, but I really do love the American version. So there's that. Plus, I was just really able to relate to the meme as a whole. So you see, it's Michael Scott when he was really young, shaking hands with, I think, like the CEO or one of his bosses. And the boss says something along the lines of, "Your friends thinking that you are the best secret keeper." And then Michael Scott saying, "Me forgetting whatever secret it was 5 minutes after I get off the phone." I've also had a lot of people say that I'm good at keeping secrets, and I'll nod along and say like, yeah, but in reality, it's because the minute that I end a phone conversation or just any conversation, pretty much most of what we were talking about kind of just goes to the back of my brain, and it's no longer something that I'm thinking about. So keeping a really big secret, I mean, I would keep a secret regardless, don't get me wrong, but keeping a secret though is not difficult because I pretty much just move along and it's gone from my brain. So that's it for this video, friends. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below which one or ones that you connected most to. Let me know if you like this video because I have a crazy amount of memes. It was really, really hard for me to narrow it down to the ones that I used today. So if you liked it, I would be happy to do a part 2. Remember to be kind to yourself, and I will see you next week.